Welcome everyone to this episode of This Conscious Life. My name is Casey Lepper, and today we will be talking about postpartum care and repair. And these are just a couple products and practices that I utilize in my postpartum that I think were really helpful in speeding up my recovery. So the first thing I want to share is this cookbook called The First 40 Days, The Essential Art of Nourishing the New Mother. And this is a cookbook and informational guide about the Ayurvedic system. The Ayurvedic system is a 5,000-year-old Indian system about nourishing and balancing the mind, body, and spirit. And this cookbook specifically is about helping the mother transition from being pregnant to postpartum, also helping the maiden turn into the mother and the transition. And so this has a lot of amazing recipes and also ingredient guides for what foods you want to be eating during this phase to allow your body to repair really quickly. When you are carrying a baby, you have an excess of air energy, also known as vata within the Ayurvedic system. And so as soon as the baby leaves, you have a surplus of that vata air element. So when you're eating, you want to eat really earthy root vegetables, grounding foods that help nourish and balance that system. So I definitely recommend checking out this book. We didn't only make recipes from this cookbook, but just having the ingredients list about things to add in, like coconut milk or turmeric or ginger, was really helpful. So a really amazing resource to utilize. Again, with the Ayurvedic system, it's customary for the first 40 days to bind your belly. And again, this is helping compress all that air, vata energy down, and also giving your body support when you have lost a lot of the core strength. And so there's a lot of different belly bands out there. I did a ton of research and I decided to go with Bump Suit. What I like about Bump Suit is there's no Velcro, and so you just slip this over your hips. I bought this in a black color and also a beige color, and I started wearing this 48 hours after birth. And it really gave me the support needed. It felt like it was pulling me and giving me that spinal support and that core support, especially in breastfeeding. I'm a first-time mom, and breastfeeding was a posture that I wasn't used to holding. And so, especially with losing a ton of core strength, this was really helpful. So there's many out there, but I really liked the one from Bump Suit. Another thing that was really pivotal in my healing was getting my placenta encapsulated. And this is based on Chinese medicine, and it may be a part of other systems too. But for me, the idea of my body growing this new organ essentially, and having it go to waste didn't really make sense. And so when you are postpartum, your energy levels are really low, and these are really helpful. And so many different areas have people who specialize in placenta encapsulation, and you just take a number of pills and then you start to taper it down and based on your needs and how energetic you feel. And so when my emotions were starting to cycle, I felt like these were really helpful in stabilizing it and also giving me that strength, because a lot of people lose a great deal of blood, and I think that's also a really amazing support that these pills can give you, is boosting up that iron level and boosting up just the nourishment in your body with your placenta pills. So those were really amazing, and I definitely recommend. So a vaginal birth was pretty traumatic, and if you can imagine, after going through that, you don't necessarily want to use toilet paper. And so you can use something called a Periwash, and it looks like this. This one's from Frida Mom. And what I really like about this is the fact that it has this spigot that has this angle to it. And so you just fill it up with warm water. You can put Sitz Bath salts in it, or different teas to help speed up that recovery. But this is really helpful in cleaning everything down there without having to really wipe or use toilet paper. You'll just use this, wash it down, and then just tap it dry. Again, Frida Mom I really loved. So you utilize this, and then also during the first couple days or weeks, you'll probably experience a lot of heavy bleeding. And so instead of going through underwear, having to wash them or maybe to ruin them, I would definitely recommend picking up a pair of these. So this is just a Depends brand. I really liked this. It was super, super absorbent. This one again is from Frida Mom, and these are really nice, cute briefs. And what I liked about these is it's the second step in the whole Frida Mom system. And so this is the second step, and the third step is one of my favorite products that I used. They're the Frida Mom Instant Ice Maxi Pads. And these were just so easy to use. All you do is you take this packet, you line the ends up, you pull it, push it together, and you'll hear a snap. And then it just gives you cooling relief that you'll stick in here. And so it's a maxi pad, but it's also a cooling maxi pad that'll last for about 20 minutes. This was so helpful at the beginning, especially when you're really, really sore. Some people get hemorrhoids, and it just had a really, really wonderful cooling sensation. And so one of my favorite things that I utilized post-birth. You can also add witch hazels or these perineal sprays or foams that speed up the recovery. So if you haven't heard of witch hazel is really amazing at reducing swelling and speeding up the recovery process. And so I, at some points, put just drops of this on the maxi pads. There's also this foam that was really, really cooling, and this perineal spray that I would just spray down there. And so I would circulate around all of these that were really, it just made things a lot more comfortable, especially in the first couple of days post-birth. Another product from Frida Mom were these perineal cooling pad liners, and just very easy. You take it out, it has witch hazel in it, and it would just create a soothing sensation. Again, very, very helpful. And after postpartum, I became really, really obsessed with the Frida Mom brand. Everything is just really intentional, mindful, and clean. And I've pretty much decided anytime I have a friend going through pregnancy that this will be my care package for them. Another thing that takes healing up a level is something called the Sitz Bath. I had no idea what this was when I got it, and then once I needed relief, I understood what it was. So you put this on top of your toilet, you fill it with hot water. I just put purified water in a kettle and let it get hot. I put it in here, let it cool, and then you can put something called Sitz Bath tablets from Frida Mom, or just the Sitz Bath sea salt bath in it. Sit on it for about 20 minutes. I would read a book or a magazine or listen to a podcast, and it was really, really relaxing and sped up that recovery process. So all of this together was really, really pivotal in my postpartum recovery. And there's other products that I use that I maybe didn't prefer. So I definitely recommend all of these things. All of these things will completely link under this. And so questions, comments you can ask in that section, but all of these products will be linked. The final two products I want to go over is the Earth Mama Organic Nipple Butter. Really, really helpful, especially for us in the first 48 hours. Atlas began cluster feeding, and my nipples were certainly not used to it. So this was really, really helpful. What I love about this, nourishing, soothing, but also you don't have to wipe it off before they breastfeed again. So it's all natural and safe for baby. The final thing is something called the Haaka. So I had to really look up and watch a ton of YouTube videos to see what the Haaka was all about. When your baby is breastfeeding on one side, usually it creates this response on the other side called letdown. And I was just getting breast milk everywhere, and it was wasting. So as soon as I put Atlas on one side of the breast, I put this on. I fold the top of it down. You squeeze it, create the suction, you put it right over the nipple, and it creates the suction, and it just stays on, and it holds all of your letdown. So at the beginning, I was getting maybe an ounce, but some mornings, some days, I can get up to 3 ounces, and this is really amazing at starting your stash of breast milk that you can freeze and use later. So like I said, we'll link all of these products underneath, but they were really, really significant in helping my postpartum care and repair happen really, really quickly. So I hope you like this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up. And that's it. Thank you for watching.